Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the video. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. Today we're going to be looking at game week 36. That is right, we've only got 3 more game weeks left. So some people have got a lot to play for, getting those extra points as much as they possibly can, thinking about those fixtures coming up into the rest of the season. I'm finishing really strong. There's some players that are coming back from injuries that are probably players you want to look for. Players that return from suspension. Some players that are getting on a nice little good run. And also what teams those players are playing against, to be honest. So, fixtures for this coming week is this. So, Saturday the 10th, we have Fulham versus Everton. That is a 3 o'clock kickoff. We have Ipswich versus Brentford, Southampton, Man City, Wolves versus Brighton. They are all 3 o'clock kickoffs. The evening kickoff goes with Bournemouth versus Aston Villa. We have 5 more games on the Sunday, the 11th. We have a 12 o'clock game, which is Newcastle versus Chelsea. We have a 2:15 kickoffs. We have Manchester United, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Leicester, which is a big local derby. And then Spurs versus Palace, London derby. So that's going to be some very interesting fixtures there. And then to cap it all off, we have Newly champs versus Arsenal. So we have Liverpool versus Arsenal at 4:30. There are your fixtures. So let's have a look at potential players you can use. So you can see there's a lot of it about De Bruyne. So because they've got Southampton, Brentford against Ipswich, Nottingham Forest against Leicester. So yeah, so there's some strong points there for you, players there. So big one up there is Kevin De Bruyne. Has had a bit of quiet, but then hit really well against Wolves. So I think he could have a big game against Southampton. Finishing strong. They are away, so it is Southampton, I'm just going to say. Sorry, Southampton fans. And then we got Weze and then Mbumba. They are your Brentford players. With some interesting fixtures coming up as well. That one's going to be a very interesting game. God of War again is up there. Could do really well. Hope people get the clean sheet. Chris Wood, and that is because of the Leicester game. But it is that Midlands derby, so it's going to be a bit of an interesting one. Okay. Then Cunha. There's against Brighton at home, so it's a home fixture. Wolves tend to do okay at home this season. Palace and Brentford, they've got some tough fixtures. You got Nate Nori there as well. Bowyer is an interesting one because it's against Manchester United. Now, with Manchester United, over the next week or so, next 2 game weeks, are they going to rest players, or are they going to play some of the main players and then do all their substitutions so they can rest them as much as they possibly can? So that's going to be an interesting one, especially the following week when it's Chelsea versus United. That is going to be an interesting one, I believe, as well. Mashrai, now he's been very quiet. But against Southampton. I am going to say this now. I may actually put him down as my skipper. I think he could do really well. I think also if you've got De Bruyne in your team, potentially use De Bruyne. If you've got someone like Saka in your team, you could probably take Saka out and put De Bruyne in. That's another good shout. There you go. Yeah, because it is Arsenal versus Liverpool. And no offense to ours. I think we're not going to do it at Liverpool. I think it's going to be something like 2-1, 3-1 to Liverpool. So yeah, I'm not quite much there. Palmer's on the list, but look at the fixtures. They've got Newcastle United and Forest. Oof, that's going to be a tricky one. Yeah, Carl Palmer has hit a bit of form, but coming into these games, it's going to be hard. It was 10 points against Liverpool, mind you. Give you credit on that one. Collins is another one you could probably use purely because of the Ipswich match. But you can see how it's going to go there. I don't think with Bruno Fernandes would be up there purely because of maybe for the West Ham game, but not much for the Chelsea game. I reckon he'll get subbed off. And he didn't even play in the last game because of they were trying to, I think, plan for that Europa League game. Now they've got that Europa League final. There we go. Now, when is the conference? Yeah. When is that? Let's have a little look at Chelsea. Let's have a look at their fixture. See when that. Not Carabao. Okay, so it's on the 28th. So, okay, so theirs is actually at the end of the season. Okay, so they've got their Europa League conference on the Wednesday after the last game of the season. So that Forest game, depending, they could save a little bit because that last game is on the 25th. Then 3 days later, they play the European Conference League game. Oh, that is going to be an interesting one. They won't move that fixture. Ouch. Where is the final? Where is the final? Oh, Poland. Oh, okay. Fine. So that could be an interesting one there for that last game of the season. Would they rest players depending on their league position as well? You never know. Haaland hasn't played any of the games recently, but people are picking him. So is he going to play these last couple of games ready for the Club World Cup? Because that could be an interesting one on that Club World Cup fixtures. I do want him to have a few game times before that. So you never know, especially against Southampton could be a good little max, but it's that value of 14.8 million that's going to cost you. That's the thing, that 48.8 million. Okay, now let's have a look at plays to avoid. Oh, what did I say earlier? Saka out. Salah. Okay. Salah always does well against Arsenal. And I'll keep him in for the last 2 games of the season as well. So, okay. Grant Larson, groin injury. I understand that. Isak is another one, but that's because of the fixtures coming up. Timber again because of fixtures. Maybe not the last game of the season. Watkins is up there as well. See, that Spurs fixture. Will Spurs be resting players? Maybe. If United win the Europa League, would they be celebrating and be on a bit of a party mode? And that last game of the season, it doesn't mean much for Manchester United, that last game of the season. So they're the things you've got to look at. I understand there's a lot of Arsenal and Liverpool players on that top list. I understand that. Mashrai, again, I think that people have gone, oh, let's get rid of him and put Haaland in. You never know. So it can be a very interesting situation. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a little look at my league and seeing how I got on and how you guys have got on out there that are in my league. So, Mr. How fast is Salah? He is top by 1 point. 1 point. Oh. Yeah. There are 4 players within 12 points of each other. That's very good. Any one of those can take it. It'd be interesting to see. Any of them have still got like their bench boost left. That'd be interesting. Some of them have got their bench boost left. Would they use it, or did they use it when it was like a double game week? I don't know. That's going to be interesting, I think. How people may use. So some people may still have their assistant manager. I use his bench boost there. Free hit. Assistant manager. So he's got this game week coming up and next game week. So he's got 2 more game weeks of assistant manager. So that could be interesting for you. Okay. What about Mr. Salah? Bench boost. Did he use... There's his assistant. So he's used most of these things. I don't know about triple captain and all that lot. So interesting. So free hit there. Triple captain there. Bench boost there. You wild card there. Assistant manager done at the start. Oh, no one has got their stuff left. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the cup matches. Mr. Power Ranger is still there. Fast Salah's there. Got some good players that still left in. Tiebreaker one here. The fewest goals conceded. Oh, very, very interesting. Some close pointers as well. That's very interesting. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this video. I hope you've liked it. And of course, good luck for game week 36. Have a lovely time. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye from now.